As tensions in the Middle East continue over Iran's nuclear ambitions, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan declared Wednesday that it was unacceptable for Ankara to be banned from developing nuclear weapons. Erdogan calling out Turkey's neighbor Israel for using its unconfirmed nuclear arsenal to scare other nations. Erdogan did not allude to any plans for a Turkish nuclear program in the speech, but incorrectly claimed that there is no developed nation in the world that doesn't have them. Although Israel has maintained a policy of ambiguity regarding its own stock of nuclear warheads, the Turkish leader used the Jewish state as an example, stating that due to its nuclear capabilities, quote, no one can touch them. With me now in studio, Daniel Tsemach, our defense correspondent. Daniel, thank you for joining me for this. Of course, here the Turkish president is alluding to something many other world leaders have alluded to. Not surprisingly, always the countries that don't have quote-unquote good relations with Israel allude to the supposed nuclear arsenal. But of course, it's concerning news for Israel that a neighbor country with whom relations have been fraught also has nuclear ambitions.
Absolutely. I mean, it seems as though maybe what we're looking here is an attempt maybe for Turkey to ride this sort of wave, geopolitically speaking, trying to bring their name into this conversation. Not only as you mentioned, that Turkey says it's close to a neighbor in Israel, is allegedly has nuclear weapons, but also its other neighbor in Iran, obviously, is in the headlines right now for their ambitions, whether they be nuclear weapon ambitions or energy ambitions. And definitely it seems as though that he's trying to draw attention to Turkey here, but it's interesting because Turkey has actually signed treaties in the past, whether it be in the 90s or the 80s, agreeing to not engage in such sort of plans to really develop a nuclear program. That being said, we have seen countries like North Korea, India, and Pakistan that have been able to attain nuclear weapons without sort of international agreements on that. And whether or not Israel is concerned specifically about this, I can't say for sure. What we can say is that it seems as though Turkey is trying to align itself on this axis closer to Iran, obviously, versus the U.S. and Israel here.